Well, good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here at the Red Brick House, and as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. The Red Brick House has become near and dear to me, and I realized I have actually a goal. A couple of things, actually. Um, Famous artist P Buckley Moss painted this house, and I have the print of it, and it's autographed by her. Sadly, she passed away last July, so it's been 1 year. I met her almost 2 years ago when I went and got the print signed and asked her, how much does it cost to get you to paint something again? Because I said, I want to get the red brick house done now that we've redone it. Well, here's where it gets interesting, is she said, I will paint it for you for free. And I was like, great. She said, but it'll be in the springtime when I come up because she doesn't like the cold weather and things. I was like, okay, no problem. I'm good with that. I went by to see her because she was supposed to have a show, and she didn't show up for that show, and they said that she was ill. And sadly, that was the weekend that she passed away. But I realized the thing that's interesting is I have a tie-in with P Buckley Moss, because when she painted this house, the windows were boarded up, ivy was growing all over it. It was literally at the point of being torn down. And it looked like holy hell. Now, when you see the picture from P Buckley Moss of the red brick house, it's almost like a romanticized picture of it. It just looks like it's glory and a place that you would want to go. And a friend of mine who knew P. Buckley Moss asked her how it is she could paint stuff the way she does, because it looked like a mess. And she said, that's the way I see it, and that's how I paint it. So she had a vision of this house looking beautiful. And I realized as I've been going through and planting the flowers, because I wanted wild looking flowers to go in here. And yesterday, part of my new red brick house diet, I actually carried all of these rocks from the other side, which is interesting for me because these were rocks when I built a house down here that my dad had sold. These were rocks from his property that we ended up digging up, and I kept all those, and now they're being repurposed for the house. But my goal here is to recreate the image from P. Buckley Moss's mind of what she saw on this house and make it actually come to life. And if you look at the painting, and we'll go inside and look at it later, she painted it from the perspective of up here. And you can see over in here, you see the pear tree and the shadows that go across, and you see wildflowers that are growing up. Now, for whatever reason, I don't know why, I just said, I want to make a flower bed in here, so when people come through and go this corner, that it's a vision that looks pretty, it looks good. But in essence, it was really what P. Buckley Moss had seen in her mind. So I keep working on this, and I keep trying to make this vision better. I've gotten my gutters up on the top, the black gutters, which is a small silhouette. But that small silhouette of black and then the black shutters all make it all pop together. And it in fact makes the white jump out at you and really accentuates the way it looks. I wish P. Buckley was still here to see it as it is now, but I have to thank her for painting this. And what I want to happen with this house is I wanted to get to the point where people say, when they think of Waynesboro, they think of the red brick house. So back to P. Buckley Moss's vision. Here's actually the print that she did in 2014, I believe it was, of the house. Now, the crazy thing about this is, if you look at this picture, now the ivy was growing on here. The ivy was growing here. Of course, They were building Walmart over here, so there was a lot of construction and stuff going on with the streets. And of course, there's houses behind here. None of that is the way it is, or the way it was when she did it. And when P Buckley Moss, when my friend asked her, how do you see it? She said, this is how I see it. And if you've seen the pictures of what this looked like before when she painted it, this is incredible. But if you notice over here, you've got also the I guess it's the magnolia trees with the blooms in the back, and you see the wildflowers in here and the wildflowers in here. This is where I ended up building the flower bed in the front there, not realizing that that was over there like that. I hadn't looked at this print in quite a while, but I realized I lived in P. Buckley Moss's dream. The only thing is the addition that was added onto the house in the 1880s is not showing on there. But thank you, P. Buckley Moss. Not too many people could say that they live in a house that P. Buckley Moss made. And I want to make sure it looks as good as this picture. I'm Mark Holmes, and I appreciate you guys.